blood rivaleries, bride kidnappings, and fury. These are the words I often hear it when talking about Ingushetia. I'm here to show you what it's really like to spend 72 hours in this often misunderstood corner of the Caucasus, from meeting the locals to even appearing on national TV, but more to that later. Ingushetia is known as one of the smallest republics inside of Russia, but with two historical capitals. One of them is Magas, and this is where the journey is going to start. When you enter the city of Magas, you'll be greeted with a big boulevard featuring a hotel where to get room for 45 euros a night, a university, a huge mosque currently under construction, the presidential palace, and air-conditioned bus stops. We're here in a bus station, in a bus stop station, try to get that. And not only has it a coffee machine, but it also has a library. It's also having a description of the historical place over here. And most and foremost in the summer days, which is a very, very important matter, it has an AC. Here we also got a card of what we can find in the city of Magas. There's a lot of things. I've never seen such a thing before. Only here in Ingushetia. И просто select. Где капучино? Все 100 рублей. Everything for $1.
$1, да.
Давай, что ты хочешь?
Капучино.
Капучино, давай тогда. Сейчас.
Bon appétit.
Bon appétit. Let's find a spot to sit and we'll try out the coffee in a bus stop in Ingushetia. That's nice. That's a good coffee. And by the way, this is Ahmed. He'll be showing me around Ingushetia. First things first, when you arrive at a new place, you should try out their food. That's why Ahmed brought me to try out a local dish called Dzeiraxh.
Это наше национальное блюдо чабик.
Чаблик.
Да.
Это семестья.
Это
Сыр.
с творогом. Да.
С куром. Барка.
Желательно, конечно, руками есть.
О, с руками, окей.
Вот так берешь, вот так делаешь, вот так и вот так.
Бисмилlah.
Бисмилlah.
О, это жарко.
Ты думаешь, легко?
Блин, как ты делаешь? Это очень жарко. This time I'm able to eat it with the hands. Indeed, it's really good. So basically it's some dough and inside you have cheese with it. And they're baking it on a pan, I would say. The total amount for this chaplik with tea came for €4.50. The footage you're about to see may not convince you, and I still struggle to believe it myself. Ingushetia is known as Russia's poorest republic with a 30% unemployment rate. Yet, driving through its cities and villages, I saw beautiful houses, many with solid walls, showing little sign of poverty. A weak industrial base, among other factors, is largely to blame. This will bring us to Nazran, the previous capital of Ingushetia, to check out the old Bazar and see what products we could find over there. Assalamu alaikum.
Можно?
Можно? Да, да.
За $100. Если не нравится, можно...
52, ну что?
Это
У меня без...
62.
Если меня это
еще больше.
на другая республика, проблем или нет?
Нет, нормально.
Нормально.
Наоборот, традицион.
Традицион, да. Дагестан тоже без проблем.
Без проблем.
Без проблем.
Да.
What do you think, guys? У вас есть мисвак из Ингушетия или Кавказ? Нет?
Не бывает такой.
Нет?
Не
Только
бывает. Это Египет, Саудовская Аравия.
Или Пакистан. Давай, я купил тоже одно. Вы откуда? Узбекистан?
Узбекистан,
да. Какой город?
Город Наманган.
Наманган, хорошо. Узбекистан красивая страна тоже.
Да.
Очень приятно. Мемнун олдум. Салам алейкум.
Салам алейкум.
Я есть 44.
44. Легкая есть. Я сделаю, после поехал. 3.
43? Давайте, это хорошо. Это бесплатно.
Это презент
Без, точно.
Конечно,
Да.
конечно. У нас любят гости.
Ну, давай. Sachal, Barkal, Salam alaikum. I just got offered those slippers for free. I just need to pay, but no chance. People they're extremely hospitable.
Right side.
Right side.
Бисмилля.
Как зовут?
Думи.
Думи.
Это national English people. Энергии.
Energy. It's kind of, to me it's like the fatty part of a beef or lamb. It's very tasty. It feels like a smoked part of fat. You can find a bunch of different ethnicities over here. So it's not only English people or perhaps Chechen, but you have Azeri people here, you have Uzbek people here, you have people from across former Soviet countries that are here. It's pretty interesting.
Самая прокатная, самая добродушная, самая порядочная республика в этом российском регионе. Но все люди хорошие. Вообще Кавказ это очень тепло. Как вот теплота есть на Кавказе, и народ такой же теплый, и горячий, такой пылкий народ, но добродушный. Иншаллах, все мусульмане.
Another factor contributing to Ingushetia's high unemployment rate is its exceptional high birth rate. With families having one child on average nationwide, in Ingushetia, the number will be multiplied by 3 or 4. This family situation brings to light another significant issue, bride kidnapping. Once widespread, this practice involved abducting women for marriage, often to bypass family opposition or to avoid dowries. However, the elder people of Ingushetia came together to ban this practice by imposing fines ranging from 2,000 to 3,000 euros. To end the first day, we visited the memorial for Operation Lentil, a tragic event from February 1944 when Joseph Stalin ordered the deportation of the Ingush and other Caucasian nationalities all the way to Kazakhstan. Many people died during the journey as 40 to 50 people were crammed into train cars with little food, water and exposure to extreme cold. The deportation was justified by alleged ties between the Ingush and Germans living in the Caucasus before World War II. In 1957, Soviet leader Khrushchev allowed the Ingush to return, condemning Stalin's actions. However, upon returning, the Ingush found much of their land taken by North Ossetians, sparking the Prigorodny conflict. This brutal struggle saw Russian-backed Ossetians kill many Ingush, with reports of some being burned alive. The conflict highlighted lingering issues of genocide and land disputes. And if you are thinking how much I paid each night for accommodation, unfortunately I'll disappoint you, as I have been invited by Ahmed to stay at this place for free.
Это халтом.
Халтон.
Это бир.
Бир? Окей. Это халтон.
Да.
Да. Bismillah. Ingush as a nationality is called in the Ingush language Ralra, which translates as people from the towers. These towers are the foundation of the ancient history and traditions. They are located deep in the mountains near the border with Georgia, and that's where we are heading today. Welcome to the most southern part of Ingushetia, to the most southern part of Russia almost, to the Dzeiraxh region. Right behind me you can see a complex of towers. This complex is called Tarkhim complex and it consists of 4 towers. Each tower is called a ghal, and basically every English person can date back their family tree to one specific ghal. So here you can see 4 towers. Unfortunately we cannot go closer to it because there's a river separating it, but therefore we are going to check out some ghals right now. This horse right here behind me is totally free. It's not tied up anywhere. It's just standing there in the shadow probably.
Вот это высокие острые башни, пирамидальные крыши, это боевые башни. Они несли 2 функции. Это одна функция, это оборона. С них стреляли из лука, копьями, камнями, отбивались от врагов. Вторая, более важная функция, это коммуникация в целях безопасности. Сверху, если увидят врага, какая-то армия или банда надвигается, то когда увидят, зажигают огонь, идет дым, это сигнал. Эти башни, они друг друга видят на все ущелье. Вот практически вся Ингушетия усыпана этими боевыми башнями. И когда одной башне идет сигнал, следующая башня дальше видит, тоже зажигает, и все все население узнает, что надвигается беда, и начинают собираться, чтобы выступить против врага. Залезть невозможно. Вот так вот. Отвесная. Это все ню. Вот это так было. Сейчас новую поставили. Ню. Это новую поставили, потому что все старое упало.
Окей.
Вот. А смотри, вот здесь крыша, да? Потом вон там лифт. И вверх. То есть, если даже враг сюда зайдет, все равно можно закрыть, и ты там все. У тебя вода, кушать все есть, и месяц, манза.
Да.
Еще камни кидать можно.
Back then, when you were giving the clearance of building a tower, a rall, you had exactly 1 year of time to fulfill it. If you didn't match the deadline, the constructed parts would have been demolished. Это что?
Дикие сливы.
Дикие?
Да.
We just made a stop on our way on this iconic masjid in this very beautiful village, which you can see behind me. Gonna pray 2 rakats in there. I'm gonna show you around a little bit. That's the background view that you have. It's just mesmerizing, you know. Living here, that peacefulness, the calmness that you have over here. This is probably one entrance of the masjid. Here is the bathroom for men, where they can take the ablution. You can see the minaret over here. Here behind me you got a big pot basically. It looks like a kazan, but zavut yei, da? In the Ingush culinary traditions, they're cooking meat in here. With they're boiling meat, whatever it's cow or lamb, and later on that you can drink the bouillon, and then you can eat the meat on your own. Watch this beautiful view behind you. It's pretty small. You can see the ceiling. And you know it's a sunnah when you arrive in a masjid, disregarding of the time. I mean, there's a difference of opinion on this, that you perform 2 rakats. It's called Tahiyatul Masjid. Ingushetia remains deeply tied to its traditions, one of which is the Vendetta or Loam in local language. This practice involved families seeking revenge for the murder of a relative, following the principle of blood for blood. Vendettas could last generations, involving entire clans. However, peaceful resolutions through elders or mediators, often via blood money or reconciliation, were also possible.
Эти горы, они усыпаны нашими башнями, боевыми, жилыми башнями. И всегда рядом находились солнечные могильники. А солнечные могильники – это места, где во время эпидемии больные люди, чтобы оградить остальных от заразы, от болезни, уходили, чтобы умирать. Они брали с собой еду, заходили в солнечный склеп, в солнечный могильник и садились там и доживали, как говорится, свое время. Вот наглядный пример подземного могильника. Вот. Он большой. Его незаметно. Тут много таких могильников, которые еще истории археологи еще не открыли их. Вот если посмотреть, вот так обвалился большой могильник. И здесь есть небольшая дыра, в которую, если заглянуть, там есть кости, человеческие кости еще с тех старых времен. И таких могильников очень много в Ингушетии. Это очень древние могильники.
That's the size of it. That's what it looked like. You just come here and you knew that most likely your chances to die would be very high, and that this would be your last moments that you will share on this earth. Here, there's some remainings of the people that passed away, some skeletons, and they had a view that looked like this. I mean, I don't want to positive this thing, but they had a very beautiful view at the end of the day. We are right here in the village of Bisht in the Dzeiraxh region, and you can see behind me it's slowly getting dark. The end of the day is coming near, And is there any better version to finish a day with food? That's why we are here in this specific village. We are visiting a family. Basically, this family is the only family which is living here in this village. All the food that they're preparing for the people over here is all homemade, which means that everything that you get here, be it food or meat, is coming straight from their garden. I'm going to show you a little bit around.
Это чапель, это манты.
Это у нас вот хозяйство, я думаю, тагранные,
Да, делает курица.
лохматые, это бронзовые, суточные. Это где-то суточные.
Курица.
Да, маленькие цыплята, там, это неделя только. Так, это я выращиваю творог. И выращиваем сыр тоже. Сыр у нас горный, очень вкусный, красивый, я думаю. На этом селе, это, правда сказать, это наше село, это Бешти. Бешти Ахкильгов фамилия, это наша фамилия, и это название, это Бешти. Хадиза Магомедовна, и вот так это название. Так. Дрова не будем, это дрова не надо, это оттуда мы все башни завис. Зимой топить надо. Вот красоту вот так.
Life in the mountains of Ingushetia is simple and serene. These lands where ancestors lived centuries ago remain the heart of the nation. Even today, life here carries a unique charm, offering a quiet contrast to the cities while preserving the traditions of the past. Miyat Loam is a mountain which had a holy significance before Ingushetia adopted Islam as a main religion about 2 centuries ago. People from across the nation gathered up to this majestic mountain, a path known for its challenges.
Вот сейчас. Вот так вот. Баракаллах.
Афику баракла. Кисло.
Яблоки тоже сильные.
On today's menu is an ascent on a place called Miyat Loam. The way to get up there is pretty steep. You need to bring a good physical condition with you if you want to go and climb here in the mountains of Ingushetia. There are also some options where you can hire a 4x4. Some locals from the village, they're offering this service. Now, if we'll bump into one, we're lucky to get one, we'll take it. It could cut us some time. If not, we'll have to do it by ourselves. So we bumped into a man that was able to call another local man that will bring us up with a very authentic car.
Горная Ингушетия, колыбельная Ингушетии. У нас национальное блюдо свое ингушское. Любим гостей, рады гостям все время.
Our driver spent half of his life in Moscow, but now he calls these remote mountains home. It's a completely different world, one that leaves you wondering what brought him back here.
He have 100 cow.
Cow?
Да.
У вас есть 100 коров?
Да.
И что раньше, в Москве или это зелень?
Тут, конечно, лучше.
Тут, конечно,
Лучше. Тут воздух, вода, красиво, национальная еда, все свое.
Вот здесь очень красиво.
Очень красиво.
И все натуральное.
Все натуральное. Мясо свое, масло свое, все свое. Молоко свое, сыр свой, картошка своя, все свое.
Красиво машин свою.
Машина своя. Лошадь есть.
Лошадь.
Приезжайте, да, к нам.
Это какой машин? Пилот Ультра?
Это Нива.
Нива, да. Русский машин.
Самое лучшее.
Вездеход.
Ingushetia might be the poorest republic in Russia, but I have nowhere seen cars that take the mountains the way they do it over here. Твой машин есть разделение из стали.
Аллаху Акбар.
Аллаху Акбар.
Прошу дуа до нас. في حلوة دشة شديدة حقيقي. حيث شو؟
So we came from down there all the way up here with that legendary Russian machine.
чайник.
Чайник тоже.
Чай, да.
Да.
Холодно?
Если холодно.
Да.
At first it appeared to me as it was a kind of a dumpster or trash. But what people do here is that if they have any leftovers that could be useful to the next person, they're just leaving it here. And this is basically clean water and those are clean blankets. And they even have places where the things that you can make a hot tea with or boil water with. I'm not used to this kind of a thing when I'm going to mountains myself in other regions. I mean, просто делит граница.
Да, граница.
А знает, это моя корова и это...
Наверное, да. Horse много. Мустанг много там.
Много мустанг.
Да. Иншалла мы увидим.
When you come here, you're gifted with a lot of wild horses that are around. And they're not even shy to come to you. Here we are, me walking with a horse. I'm making new friends over here. Isn't it fantastic? Isn't it beautiful? No, my new friend. Assalamu alaikum. Right here, on top of this beautiful location, you can see behind me the temple of Miyat. Miyat dates back to a decade and 100 years ago, before the people of Ingushetia accepted the religion of Islam. They used to be pagans. So once a year, which is as of today on the 22nd, on the 23rd of June, they came here because it was the longest summer day for pilgrimage sake, and they brought some sacrifices, whatever it was meat, whatever it was, potatoes, food. They were worshipping the temple basically. You have a lot of eagles that are flying around here. I was thinking of letting the drone fly, but it might be a little bit risky. We just bumped onto the remaining of a dead body of a horse. I'm going to display it for the next 10 seconds. If you want to skip it, you know what to do. I've never seen such a thing before. Ahmed, he said it got killed by a wolf, and even the eyes, they disappeared. We made it. We let the drone fly despite the risk of an eagle or a condor catching it. The reality is that if you believe that you reached the peak here in Ingushetia, it goes up and down, up and down. Now, maybe we'll reach it. Maybe this will be the last one. Let's see. Ахмед, ты думаешь, там следующее? Или
Да,
это...
нам сейчас придется еще раз спускаться, еще раз подниматься. Поэтому каждый раз, когда ты думаешь, что уже на пике, на топ, mountain, еще нет.
Да. Oh no. Там.
Вон, видишь?
Давай сначала. Finally made it. Here we are on the top with a sea full of clouds behind me. Alhamdulillah. Isn't it beautiful? I'm going to show you around how this area looks like. We got a white cabin over here. I don't know what it looks like. Ahmed, наш здесь. Alhamdulillah, ты видишь? Слушай. Курията اشخاغ الغيشة
У нас есть вкусные булочки с джемом. Есть прекрасный чай домашний. Немножко бананы, чтобы была сила, энергия. И сыр, чиз. Чай, еще есть.
Это опасно? Здесь?
Конечно, это опасно, но можно порисковать немножко для красоты, чтобы получить хороший кадр.
Если наш убит, это мектуб, да.
Да, это мактуб.
I know mountains are mountains and so on, and sometimes you think it's all the same, but there's always tradition in mountains. There's ancient treasures, and there's most of all natural treasures. We're currently waiting here, where the driver at the spot dropped us off, and it's pretty fresh here. And we're gonna lay down. Habibi, don't go to Dubai. Come to Ingushetia.
Все, мастер саламоршил, душа, голый мягкий.
Это всем привет на Ingushetia.
Да.
Спасибо. And when we imagined our journey was winding down, little did we know what awaited us next. Now we're getting a lot of phone calls because I might appear on local TV channel where they might ask me questions how I like it in Ingushetia, how my experience was. That's why a lot of people they are calling Ahmed right now. I'm very excited if it's going to happen. I know I'm just another tourist at the end of the day, but it's going to be a first time experience. Here we are. I'm standing right here in front of the TV center where I might have an interview.
Наш регион все чаще притягивает представителей интернет-сообщества. Накануне в горной Ингушетии побывал Филиппе Несер из Люксембурга. Несер в социальных сетях познакомился с местным жителем Ахмедом Погоровым.
Магаз и Люксембург разделяют 3 600 000 метров. Отныне эти две точки на карте объединяют 185 сантиметров. Именно такой рост у нашего гостя.
Assalamu alaikum Ingushetia. This is the bus station here in Nazran, and this marks the end of my journey in Ingushetia. And if you're interested to watch some similar content, I'll put the video right here for you. And that being said, I'll see you in the next place. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.